Hello everyone, welcome to the video. In today's video I'm going to be talking about something very important. This is something that has been affecting my channel behind the scenes for months, and it's something that could affect the future of my YouTube career on how long I choose to keep doing this and stick around. So what I'm going to be talking about today is content thieves on YouTube, and how over the years I've seen YouTube slowly start to put policies in place that legalize and normalize uploading other people's content for your own gain. Now, I've been doing this YouTube stuff for a very long time. I remember like it was yesterday, back in 2018, when I first became a full-time YouTuber. I posted my first ever video in 2017, but I didn't start doing this regularly until 2018. And as the years have gone on, I've started to see new policies come into place that have, in my opinion, ruined the platform. And one of those things that I am very saddened has been normalized and has been pushed and has not only affected me, but has affected a lot of other hardworking content creators on this platform, is the normalization of content stealing. And that's one of the issues I have with YouTube Shorts. In the beginning, I thought YouTube Shorts was a great thing. It was like commercials for smaller channels to help push your content out there to the masses and help yourself get found. But YouTube has removed the option to turn off remixes on your channels. So you have to allow people to re-upload your stuff, no matter it be in video form or in audio form. And I don't know if YouTube says that they give you notifications and people do this type of stuff or not, but I have not experienced that. I'm going to tell you something that happened to me. I was overseas. I was in Albania, just living life. And I don't even know how it happened, but I found one of my videos posted on another guy's channel, getting views, likes, the whole 9 yards. And I had not been notified. I had not given no permission, nothing. Just imagine how crazy it would be. I might have some plain spotters who subscribe to the channel, but for the most part, this is a Railfan channel. So just imagine, fellow Rail fans, that you're binge watching Railfan content on the internet, and you click on a video and you're like, wow, that's a nice catch. That's some good power right there. Only for you to realize that that video that you're reacting to is your own. It's your video. That was the train that you caught at the exact same spot. Your camera, even your own finger is in the video. That's something that I've experienced multiple times, behind the scenes. And when I was younger, I made the mistake of involving my viewers in drama about the channel. And I now understand that people want to see the trains. People want to have a good time. YouTube is an escape from drama. So I didn't want to involve everybody in this. But now with even the AI thing, content theft and stealing is just so bad. So that was one of my Union Pacific garbage train videos that was taken. Now, luckily, the guy was reasonable and understanding, and he took the video down, when I asked him if he, asked him to take it down. But that's hoping that everybody who re-uploads your videos is a reasonable person who can be reasoned with. And this brings me up to another issue I have with the YouTube platform. And that is the issue of when you're filing a copyright complaint, they treat it like you're trying to buy a house. Now, understand that there's a lot of people who do troll copyright claims. I've actually been a victim of that in recent times too, where Apple for iMovie gives you a license to use their music when you use their app. And I've had people who don't own Apple and don't own the Apple Music try and put copyright claims on my videos, and there's been nothing I could do about it. Now, what I'm talking about with them making it feel like you're buying a house when it comes to making a copyright claim is it's so easy for somebody to re-upload my videos on their channel and make all this money and stuff. But if I want to defend myself, it's so hard. They want multiple, they want another email, they want phone number, they want my full personal name, they want address of where I live, the country where I live, and all this other type of stuff. And if that's not scary enough to somebody, on the internet, then they tell you that there's a chance that they could delete your channel. Now, anybody who's put in work into YouTube, that is a scary thing to think. Like, you're right. It's your video. I mean, you literally see your own dad walking across the screen in the video, but you still hesitate to file a copyright report because the idea of losing everything. And when you're somebody like me who has gone on hundreds upon hundreds of Railfan adventures, you don't keep everything on your iPad or on your computer. I've used YouTube as an archive for a lot of my stuff. So if my page were to go down as it stands, it's possible that I could lose some of my Railfanning content forever. So even though I was right, I was hesitant to make a copyright claim. That's why I went with let me try and reason with the dude. And luckily he was reasonable. That's why I went with that approach. Because if YouTube decided to ignore the obvious, I'm out of business. And I've lost a YouTube channel before. It was, it was not involving copyright or YouTube. I took the channel down myself because of, circumstances and, in real life off YouTube. But the fact of the matter is, I think maybe a couple times a year about all of my old movies that I made that are now lost media. And I don't want to go through that again of all of the history that's being wiped. And I know this video is getting long. Hope you guys are, sticking through this. But the AI hasn't helped neither. AI has made it so that people can be lazy and just make lazy content, And you may be like, what do you care? What does it concern you if someone wants to make AI content? Well, it concerns me because literally this week I saw an AI video of a train, and guess whose sound effects they used for the train? My sound effects from Romania. My Romanian Railfanning video sound effects were used for this AI train video. And I can't do nothing about it because it was a remix. Remix is just nothing but taking it. It's not like, what is it? I don't know much of anything about TikTok, but I might be wrong. Correct me down below. But I was told if you repost on TikTok, it gives credit to the person who made it. On YouTube, it does not. When the guy posted my Union Pacific garbage train video and was getting all of the views and likes, those views and likes were not going to support the original video. They were going to his channel. Him putting the train horn sound effects of mine are not helping me grow. And it's just, and there's a reason why. I mean, my own dad keeps asking, why haven't you posted all of those photos in the train museum? We went to the train museum, we drove all the way down there, had a great time, great experience, and you've barely posted anything about it. And quite frankly, I don't want to put my most valuable work out there just for me to be in scrolling YouTube at night and see it on someone else's channel, and there ain't nothing I can do to stop it because I have to risk YouTube not being on my side and me losing my channel because I tried to take back something that belongs to me. And that's why I have this random photo of like a Vietnam era military truck to talk over because I wanted to choose a photo that if this gets pirated, if this gets stolen, I'm not that upset. I didn't want to put a photo on here of a train that I was on a 12-hour flight, starving in a taxi, in the wind and the rain, snow even, taking pictures of just for somebody to re-upload it as AI. And here's my last rant closing. If a day ever came where I couldn't post anything anymore because I just didn't have any ideas or no way to get new content, I would retire. I would never resort to posting somebody else's stuff because I don't have any content of my own. I would go out in the backyard and start making videos about how to run a vegetable garden before I would steal content from another Railfan. I mean, I have a photo on the channel that wasn't taken by me. It was taken by a cousin of my mom, and I asked permission to be able to post that. I didn't even want to post something from a family member without permission because this family member got a photo of Amtrak 156 before it got destroyed, And I never saw 156. And this was before I saw 161, which 161 is now destroyed too. But I asked permission within the family to post something. I would never just take someone else's work. I mean, who am I to post someone else's stuff and just claim it as mine? And this is the type of stuff where, it makes me sound like an old grandpa who's past it or whatever, to just not want to do this no more. Because if it comes, YouTube for me, I'm not getting paid to do this. I mean, YouTube's putting ads on my videos, but they're not giving me no money for it. So YouTube has become a thing for me to share my content with friends and people who enjoy trains, meeting new people, making new friends. This is what this is about. But when it comes to a point where I don't feel safe posting anymore, there's nothing left for me to do. I mean, I've been doing this for, 6 or 7 years? I've had a good run. So if YouTube keeps making it legal to steal, I have nothing else to do. I mean, I literally just logged into my Flickr account for the first time in a year, because that's the only place I feel safe to post anything. Anyways, leave your comments down below.